Good evening from the Central Illinois Weather Network. I'm Larry Eastep. We have a fairly significant severe weather outbreak ongoing at this time over the Oklahoma City, Tulsa areas on into the Arklatex region and now into the portions of the Ozarks as these storms start to stream north. We're looking at a multi-tiered threat here across central and southern Illinois and on into the Mid-South over the next 12 to 24 hours, from tornadoes to flash flooding and damaging winds over areas that have already had damage from the ice storm over the past few weeks. Kentucky and Tennessee, to just name a couple of states that could see some significant damage during the day tomorrow. The National Weather Service preemptively issuing high wind warnings all the way from Indianapolis down through Nashville, Tennessee, for wind gusts in excess of 50 or 60 miles an hour tomorrow. And any thunderstorms are just going to exacerbate that particular threat. Let's go to the maps. We've got Storm Lab up here and a number of maps from the National Weather Service to kind of explain to you exactly what's going on. Service out of Springfield, Missouri, showing the moderate risk of severe weather for Arkansas from Little Rock over through the Fayetteville area and all the way back into Oklahoma City, where the cold front is just east of Oklahoma City right now, a warm front extending just to the south of Kansas City at the moment, and all of these are moving towards the northeast. So Springfield, Missouri is next in line. Little Rock ongoing at this time. We have a mess of tornado watches and warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings out there. Let's take a regional view here first, and we'll kind of show you what it looks like. You can see this line of storm stretching just to the east of Wichita now, right down through Oklahoma City Metro. The eastern suburbs of Oklahoma City have been slammed this evening. Reports of damage as multiple tornadoes have reportedly touched down. To the west of Dallas, this still has not moved through the Dallas area. To the west of I-35, you've got a number of cells that have the potential of very damaging wind, large hail, and possibly tornadoes. And this stretches all the way down to almost I-10 down near the Gulf. So we're going to be watching these storms. This is the latest radar from the National Weather Service, the composite, and I'm seeing a new tornado warning just coming out, and I'll try to get you details on this before I finish this update. Right on the Oklahoma-Texas border, just to the east of Wichita Falls is what it's looking like right now. Tornado warning just coming out, and again, we'll try to get you the update on that here in just a moment. Let's look at the watches that are out. Tornado watches for 6 states here. We've got Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and also portions of Kansas. 5 states, okay? That's definitely enough. We don't need any more than that. Let's look at warnings. This is not showing the latest warning here. Just to the northeast, right almost in the center of your screen, Wichita Falls there. That center box is now a tornado warning that has just popped up on another map here I'm looking at. So again, we've got severe thunderstorm warnings in 3 different batches. To the south of Abilene, Texas, right now from Lawton, Oklahoma, down to just north of Dallas-Fort Worth, and then move on up through Oklahoma to the other end of the state. This particular area has been where there's been tornadoes in the past hour, just to the north of Tulsa and northwest of Fayetteville, Arkansas, moving towards Springfield, Missouri. No, it's a lot to digest, a lot of different radar views. Let's look at this particular line, though, where we just got the tornado warning come out. Actually, this is the radar out of Springfield, Missouri, looking Bentonville, Arkansas right now. Pretty nasty storm just to the east of there. Coffeyville, Kansas, though. This is showing signs here. Very large hail with this and possibly a tornado there. It's right on the fringe of the Springfield, Missouri radar, but it's showing up very prominently there. What we've got going on here, again, is this warm front and cold front kind of colliding and moving towards the northeast, and the potential is there for very strong winds. We've had wind gusts reported at a number of stations the past hour of 50 miles an hour without thunderstorms, so that's going to continue to cause problems. This new tornado watch that came out until midnight now for the southern third, southwestern third, I guess we could say, of Missouri. This would include Branson and Springfield, Missouri, on over into portions of Kansas as well. South of Kansas City right now, But as you can see, those storms almost up to Topeka, and it's not going to be very long before Kansas City is going to be in that mess as well. So tornado watch number 11 till midnight, that's our newest watch. Let's kind of go down the line here and show you some of these other watches until 10 o'clock this evening. We've got this particular watch in effect, and that would be the Ardmore, Oklahoma area to the east and on over into portions of Arkansas, the Bentonville area included in that. Then we've got this tornado watch in effect. I believe this one's till 8 p.m. For this massive line of storms, again, just to the east of Oklahoma City on down into southern Texas, or central Texas, rather, where we see the storms continue to fire up. And we've got this tornado watch in effect for again, portions of Oklahoma and Texas further south until midnight. So we've got a number of tornado watches along this entire line here. As the evening goes on, I imagine we'll continue to see those expanded to the northeast. So the severe weather is definitely playing a factor. We have this tornadic cell that we're watching, again, southwest of Ardmore, Oklahoma right now. This is a storm with a history of a tornado. The Norman, Oklahoma National Weather Service office watching this moving into Jefferson and Love counties. Over the next half hour, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. It would be in the Ardmore area. This was about 6:45, this image. So we're talking the Ardmore area by around 7:15 Central Time this evening. And there's more storms behind that, as you can see. Also, a high wind warning. I wanted to point this out as the front continues to move through the day tomorrow. This is from the National Weather Service out of Indianapolis. A high wind warning already being issued for tomorrow. Wind gust around 60 miles an hour possible in Indianapolis Metro. They're thinking right around noon it'll be right in the Indianapolis area with strong winds to the south moving towards the northeast. And that high wind warning extends all the way down into portions of Kentucky, where they're looking again at the potential for very damaging winds there to the ice storm, already weakening many trees. So high wind warnings all the way from Indianapolis down through Kentucky and into portions of Tennessee. But again, we're watching this particular cell here just to the southwest of Ardmore, Oklahoma, that has had a history of a tornado. And again, now a tornado warning coming out for that particular cell. And these storms, again, moving into this new watch until midnight over southwestern Missouri and extreme eastern portions of Kansas are very potent. We've had a number of reports of very large hail there as well. The National Weather Service out of Lincoln telling us that storms will begin to fire up throughout the overnight area, and vigorous wind energy aloft and a low freezing level will produce hail and very damaging winds. As a warm front moves northward along the low pressure system on Wednesday morning, it will track right along I-55 with areas to the east getting into the warm sector of the storm. We're expecting a squall line to develop along the trailing cold front across Missouri around dawn and then race northeastward across parts of central and southeast Illinois during the morning. It'll be moving around 55 miles an hour as it tracks east along the I-55 corridor. Damaging winds are the latest, or the highest likelihood with this storm, along with a few isolated tornadoes due to the low-level wind shear in the environment. So right now we got this low pressure. It's developing over southeast Colorado, tracking through the plains, and then northeast across central Illinois in the morning. And we are starting to see rapid development of rain and thunderstorms across Missouri this evening. As you can see, that's why that tornado watch has come out. And again, we'll be probably looking for additional tornado watches throughout the evening and into the early morning. I would not be surprised by the midnight hour to see tornado watches along the Illinois River corridor as these storms race to the northeast. And there's definitely unstable air in the atmosphere and wind shear there to produce the potential for a significant severe weather event over the next 12 hours. Also, flash flooding, a big threat. We're looking at a flash flood watch until tomorrow afternoon. 2 to 3 inches of rainfall possible from the Ozarks all the way up through the Illinois River Valley. So we're going to have to watch that. Areas to the north still have some frozen ground and a lot of runoff already from melted snow over the past few days. So additional water in those areas is not going to be very good because there's really no place for it to go. The ground's not going to soak it up, and it's just going to run right off into streams and creeks, which is going to cause a flash flooding threat. A lot going on, and definitely something to keep an eye on over the next 12 to 24 hours. I'm Larry Estep in the Central Illinois Weather Network. We'll keep you updated throughout the evening.